True crime is a genre that is thriving for shows and documentaries thanks to the streaming era. But the genre has also been the subject of much intrigue in cinema, with many films dramatizing real-life murders and crimes. And today at ScreenRant, we rank some of the very best ones. Serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer has gone through some controversial portrayals in the past, but My Friend Dahmer remains an overlooked indie gem that details the younger years of Dahmer. Based on the autobiographical graphic novel of the same name, My Friend Dahmer is told from the perspective of John Bacter, one of Dahmer's classmates in high school. Instead of focusing on any gruesome violence and shock value, the film is more of a psychological drama that captures the slow but concerning transformation of Dahmer from a shy kid to a serial killer. Ross Lynch disappears into the role of Dahmer, making for a true crime drama that's haunting, but also sensitive. Most true crime films are from the perspective of either the male criminals or the male investigators. Boston's Strangler flips the script with the story from the perspective of the two female journalists who broke the story of the titular serial killer. Played by Keira Knightley and Carrie Coon, these journalists face the rampant sexism of the 1960s, but are still committed to finding a connection between the 13 murders of women in Boston. Memories of Murder is a Korean murder mystery directed by Parasite's Bong Joon-ho. The plot is heavily inspired by the Hwasong serial murders from 1986 to 1994. The targets of these murders were often young women in vulnerable situations. However, the lack of forensic technology and police corruption prevent the protagonists from chasing the suspects. What makes Memories of Murder all the more hard-hitting is that the Hwasong killer was still on the loose when the film was released in 2003. It was finally in 2019 that Korean police captured him. In Monster, Charlize Theron delivers an Oscar-winning performance as Eileen Wuornos, a real-life sex worker who murdered 7 of her clients between 1989 and 1990. Now, Monster is a different kind of true crime film as it explores the life of an unconventional serial killer, making the audience empathize with this morally gray heroine and everything that she endures. Before David Fincher dabbled in true crime television with Mindhunter, he directed the 2007 cult favorite Zodiac. Based on the serial killings by the mysterious Zodiac killer, this gritty noir focuses on the journalists and investigators who tried to nab the notorious criminal. For a case that took decades to solve, the fruition of bringing the killer to justice is evident in some earnest performances by Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal, and Mark Ruffalo. So, from the character-driven dramas like My Friend Dahmer and Boston Strangler to ambitiously investigative projects like Memories of Murder, these movies bring out the intensity of the true crime genre while also respecting the history behind these crimes.